Drake has always been in and out of pretty high-profile relationships, but this one is a little bit different. Recently, he cuffed Johanna Leia, a model. While they only came out publicly about their relationship a little while ago, they've actually been dating for a few months in secret. She's the mother of Amari Bailey, a kid who's hopeful about getting into the NBA. He was a really good basketball player in high school, but now he's making the switch to UCLA, and if he does well enough there, chances are he'll be drafted. Word on the street is that he's being mentored by Drake on how to deal with fame, now that he's on a track to success and one of the biggest rappers in the world is dating his mom. How is his relationship with Drake really, though? Is he really that good? Will we see him playing for the Lakers one day? The first time he really showed up in the limelight was when his mom was on a TV show called Bringing Up Ballers, a show about moms and their kids who were lined up to hit the big leagues in basketball. That was when he lived in Chicago, before he and his mom shipped out to LA. Since then, he's kept the hype. ESPN ranked him number 3 in the class of 2022 recruitment list, meaning that he really is that good. He was originally committed to DePaul in middle school before he committed and started in high school. In his freshman year, he decided that he was going to play for UCLA instead. It seems like he has a really promising career as a shooting guard ahead of him. When talking about his basketball career, ESPN said he's a pure combination guard who has effortless, high-end scoring ability with or away from the ball. As a playmaker, he's equally adept at creating for himself or facilitating for others. In transition or in the half court, he demonstrates outstanding passing vision. He also plays with Bronny James, the son of LeBron James, on his high school team at Sierra Canyon High School. Some people argue that sports are just in his genes, since his mom said that she used to play basketball. Not only that, but his dad, Amari Bailey, played football for the NFL after playing college games for Louisville. After that, he went on to play for the Colts and the Patriots for about 6 years. Obviously, football and basketball are very different games, but it's for sure that either his upbringing or the genes had something to do with Amari crushing it at every turn. I mean, it's not like you grow up to be 6'5" without good genes, right? Weirdly enough, Amari and Drake have always had a great relationship. He was actually the reason they met. As early as June of 2020, Drake was spotted hanging out at one of his high school football games. Ever since then, their relationship has been great. Drake gives Amari advice constantly on finances, fame, and life in general, according to TMZ. He's also been teaching him how to deal with and how to handle all the attention and pressure that comes with being a star player. Of course, Drake doesn't really ball like that on the court or anything, but he's definitely an MVP in the rap game for a long time. Drake and Johanna herself have also had a great relationship, it would seem, even though the whole thing is still mostly kept offline. They follow each other on Insta, but it's not like they're technically official anywhere. The only reason anybody really knows about Drizzy and Johanna are hitting it off that well is because they were spotted at the Dodger Stadium a while back. It wasn't even like he had just taken her out to a game. Instead, he decided to rent out the entire empty stadium, get a table set up next to the third baseline, and treat her to a fancy dinner in a move that must have cost him some serious paper. After that, the internet blew up trying to figure out who exactly this woman was. We should also go ahead and mention that Amari isn't the only kid in the picture. Johanna also has a daughter, nicknamed Savvy. Savvy models with her mother sometimes. Back in May, Johanna made a happy birthday post to her saying, "Happy birthday, my beautiful baby girl. I love you so much, so smart, funny, loving, perceptive, and beautiful. I hope you enjoy your beautiful day. Savvy turns 7. In August of 2021, Amari started showing off an expensive chain that Drake got him as a gift. It was a custom-built diamond-encrusted blue chain featuring his number on the team, number 10. Everybody saw it since Amari has over 400,000 followers on Instagram. This is just another sign that Drake really does care about Amari and isn't just showing so much interest in him to look good for Johanna. For once, it seems like Drake is really happy in a relationship, and the fact that he gets along so well with the family is good to see. Drake's dated people in the past like Jennifer Lopez, Rihanna, and Serena Williams, but maybe he found someone that'll actually work out with here. Now, almost all of Drake's bars are about the women he's been with in one way or another. A lot of people on the internet feel like Drake only started paying attention to Amari because he wanted to get with his mom. Given the fact that the timeline was a little weird, that theory might not be entirely wrong. The first time they met was a night that Drake went out to a game with LeBron James, with whom he's good friends. Either Drake was there and really liked Amari's playing, or he had something else in mind. After that, he was spotted at another game with just Johanna. There are also some questions that people have about that pic that was snapped at them by a pilot at the Dodger Stadium. Some people think that the whole thing was just an accident, and as the pilot said, he just happened to be flying over when he noticed. Other people think that maybe the whole thing was cooked up by Drake and the label, staging everything to make sure Drake went viral before the release of his next album, Certified Lover Boy. The fact that they were looking up directly at the camera is a little sus, but at the same time, it's not like Drake isn't used to this sort of thing. He probably knows when there's a plane or helicopter in the sky overhead trying to snap a pic. What with being one of the best-selling music artists of all time and all that, Either way, the photo went viral, meaning that the whole world knows about the relationship now, whether that's on purpose or not. That isn't to say that the picture wasn't helpful. In fact, Johanna doubled her followers after the pic was posted. She went from 100,000 followers to 200,000 followers basically overnight. Apparently, just being seen with Drake is enough to get that boost. The pilot who snapped the picture made a tweet saying, "Drake on a date, randomly just flew over this cozy couple enjoying a private dinner along with the third baseline at an empty Dodger Stadium," from their hashtag Air7HD at ABC7 hashtag Drizzy. Even if we take that just at face value, it's not likely that this pilot was just flying over the stadium at random when he happened to notice the couple in the middle of the stadium. What are the chances that he was flying over that specific stadium on that day and at that time for no reason? There's pretty much no way he'd be able to tell exactly who the couple was from that high up either. I mean, how much time would he have had to spend to snap a picture like that? Only for the both of them to be looking up directly at the camera? Something about this whole situation doesn't actually make sense unless it's staged. Also, he's literally flying a plane. There's no way he would be able to snap pictures unless that was planned. You shouldn't be texting while driving, let alone just pulling up the camera while you're flying an entire plane. Drake has kind of notoriously had short flings for most of his life, so after seeing how well he's doing with both Amari and Johanna, we're not sure where this is gonna go. Drake could be old enough now that he actually wants to finally settle down. If that's the case, it seems like they might stick this thing out for the long run. She's a little older than Drake, and she's already used to fame, so maybe that'll make adjusting to the limelight just a little bit easier for her. It seems like the whole thing did genuinely come from a good place. Only time will tell how things are gonna go though. Only one thing is really for sure here, and that's that we likely haven't seen the last of Amari just yet. Another thing real quick about this situation before we wrap up. Take it easy on Amari, internet. The memes are funny and all that, but this whole thing has blown up hugely out of proportion. There's no reason for Amari to be upset. It sounds like he has a great relationship with Drake. Johanna and Drake haven't even been together for a huge amount of time yet, but it seems like things are going well, and we have to remember when it comes to Amari, bruh is only 17. So, instead of dogpiling on him about the situation, be supportive. This could be a huge for him if he ever wants to branch out beyond basketball. And even without that part of the situation, Drake probably has some legitimately helpful life tips for a young kid who's about to blow up in fame in a few years. Are Johanna and Drake gonna last? Did Drake only get into Amari's career to get with his mom? Does he legitimately care about Amari and where he's going in his life? We don't even have to ask if the shot of Drizzy and Johanna is legit or if it was just set up like that for the sake of publicity. Let us know what you think in the comments and leave a like. It really helps out the channel. Be sure to subscribe as well so you can get that rap news sent directly into your feed. As always, have a great rest of your day. And don't forget to keep it RIZZLE.